Jack, a 35-year-old prospector with tan skin, a rugged beard, and a strong build, sits by the fireplace in his small wooden cabin. He looks at an old yellowed treasure map that marks a hidden gold spot deep in the mountains. His eyes shine with determination as he decides to chase his dream. Jack packs his worn-out leather bag with supplies, a rusty pickaxe, a canteen, some bread, and a lantern. He tightens his brown leather boots and slings his rope over his shoulder. The sun rises behind him as he takes his first step toward adventure. Jack treks through dense forests with towering pine trees and the sounds of birds echoing around him. A gentle river flows nearby and the wind whispers through the leaves. He checks his map, ensuring he's on the right path. As Jack ascends the rocky cliffs, the terrain becomes rougher. He grabs onto jagged rocks, pulling himself upward. His breath is heavy, but his determination never wavers. The golden sun casts long shadows as the peak nears. Jack arrives at a flat plateau where his map marks the treasure. He swings his rusty pickaxe into the ground. The earth is dry and hard, but he digs with persistence, sweat dripping down his brow. After hours of digging, Jack finds nothing but dirt and stones. Frustrated, he wipes his forehead and looks at the map again. Did he make a mistake? Doubt creeps in, but he refuses to give up. Just as he's about to stop, his pickaxe strikes something hard, a different sound than before. His heart pounds as he kneels down and brushes away the dirt. A small golden nugget glimmers beneath the soil. Jack digs frantically, uncovering more and more gold nuggets. Some are small as pebbles, others as large as his fist. His hands shake as he lifts a huge gleaming nugget, realizing he has hit a rich vein of gold. As Jack continues to dig, the ground suddenly rumbles. A section of the mountain collapses nearby, sending a cascade of rocks tumbling down. Jack barely dodges the falling stones, clutching his gold-filled sack tightly. Realizing that the unstable terrain could collapse further, Jack quickly ties his rope to a sturdy rock and prepares to climb down carefully. The wind howls, but he remains focused, gripping tightly as he descends. On his way down, Jack suddenly freezes. A mountain lion watches him from a ledge nearby. The predator's golden eyes lock onto his. He slowly reaches for a flare in his pocket, knowing he has only seconds to act. Jack lights the flare, the bright red flame hissing in the air. The mountain lion, startled, backs away and disappears into the darkness. Jack breathes a sigh of relief but remains on high alert. Jack carefully makes his way down the steep slopes, his boots slipping slightly on the loose rocks. His bag, now heavy with gold, strains on his back, but he refuses to stop. Reaching the base of the mountain, Jack comes across a raging river. He spots an old wooden bridge, but it looks fragile. Testing it carefully, he steps forward, 1 foot at a time, hoping it will hold. Just as Jack reaches the middle of the bridge, a wooden plank snaps. He leaps forward at the last second, landing on the far side, gasping for breath as the bridge crumbles behind him. Dark clouds roll in, and thunder rumbles across the sky. Jack quickens his pace, trying to reach his cabin before the storm breaks. His boots splash through the muddy trail as raindrops begin to fall. Exhausted but determined, Jack pushes through the heavy rain, his cabin finally appearing in the distance. His fingers clutch the gold-filled bag tightly as he takes the final steps home. Jack bursts into his cabin, soaking wet but victorious. He empties his bag onto the wooden table, the gold nuggets gleaming under the lantern's light. He leans back in his chair, letting out a deep breath. The storm clears, and the sun rises over the mountains. Jack looks at his treasure with a smile. His long journey has finally paid off, marking the beginning of a new life. Years later, Jack's story becomes a legend in the town. Travelers and fortune seekers tell tales of the man who braved the mountains, faced danger, and returned with gold. His adventure is never forgotten.